Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kotonoha. Happy birthday to you. Blow out the candles, Kotonoha.
Konnichiwa, comrades. Okay, folks, here it is. The anime question. Do you remember in Peep Show when Mark says, Frosties are just cornflakes for people who can't face reality? Keep that quote in mind, because it's a helpful pretext for what follows. Apparently the eyes of the right have been so transfixed on the rank degeneracy of the left that a big old wooden horse got through the gate. And inside, an unexpected pile of entartete Kunst.
Girl, I got a very special outfit to show you guys this week. Ta-da!
No, you can't go after anime. It's an art form. Well, so is Tracy Emin's Unmade Bed. In my defense, I only ever went after hentai. I merely observed it was cringe and unattractive to no men watch it. If you want to fap to an octopus, you're disgusting. Obviously. I thought this was relatively uncontroversial. Turns out it kind of is. The take here is actually not about anime, but anime as lifestyle, the way it transmutes into lived interactions. In your clothing, the way you decorate your bedroom, how it formulates your love life, whether or not you've grown into a competent and well-adjusted adult. And would you believe it? These are people on the right. Men incensed by the modern degeneracy of Western women, affronted by OnlyFans culture and Instagram hoes, the Deus Volters and the Defend Europas. You're here to advise me on the patriarchy, are you? With respect, sir, your avatar's in a petticoat. No wonder your women aren't disciplined. You're all out there endorsing Mo-White Sharia. Just change your PFP. Instant respect garnered. Anime as a sexual interest is cringe. It is embarrassing and it will not get you laid. I'm not talking about enjoying a film or admiring a graphic novel, but as wank material, this is brain rot. Just as slutty OnlyFan avatars tell you something about a girl, so infantile anime tells us something about a man. Like our friend Matrix here, who's threaders about my observations and always hitting up my comments. He wants us to know that, you see this fictional character, I'm not afraid to admit that I have lost litres of cum to this character of mere fantasy. I have killed millions of my offspring to the thought of having intercourse with a cartoon. Remember what I said about Frosties? Makes sense now, doesn't it? Don't worry gang, it's okay because she's actually 495 years old. Woo lad! I suppose there's at least something to be said for clearing out the gene pool. All the while the manosphere is lamenting how Western women are so degenerate. Bitch, please! She may be selling it, but you're the one buying it. Us girls, we've had to stomach the empty egg box, ugly fat Western femoid whore for quite a number of years now, and we've taken it. We've borne it rather well, in fact. We humbly accept your criticism and aspire to do better on the recommended feedback. So now lads, it's your turn. It's all very well scorning women for their slow baby rate, but maybe a considerable part of the problem is male sterility. What do you think gets women pregnant? You! A woman doesn't get the bun in her oven until daddy adds the sugar. The problem on the right is not the girls not getting pregnant, it's actually the surplus of men failing to produce sons and heirs to their bloodline. Us women have it easy. The burden of ancestral continuity does not fall on our family name, but on yours. Fail to have a son, your bloodline is over. Women, we can carry anyone's babies. You bear the weight and burden of civilizational continuity on your shoulders. That's the male domain. Get your asses out of your bedrooms and start impregnating your women. Consensually. Don't you know that after 35 your sperm starts to deteriorate rapidly? The quality of it becomes considerably compromised. After age 45, your chances of getting a woman pregnant at all plummet to just about 30%. Edit, sorry, 25%, just 25%, regardless of the age of the woman. The studies overwhelmingly show, quote, declining likelihood of pregnancy following intercourse with men over 34 years old. Not to mention a steep increase in mutations linked to birth defects. Quote, the most significant factor contributing to probability of pregnancy was found to be the age of the male partner. I know Stefan Molyneux never told you this. You're now being hoodwinked the way women were hoodwinked in former decades by cultural forces telling them, just wait, the best is yet to come much later. In the meantime, enjoy the fruits of cross-cultural artistry. Adorning your life in anime aesthetics may seem like innocuous fun, but it speaks of a spiritual condition, one that's infantilized, effeminate, and perpetually bound to the childish realm of fantasy play. We all enjoy that to some extent when reading books and watching film, but the world of anime especially seems to notably transpire into real life, in terms that actually have a hold on the sentiments, on emotions, and even love. What are we to make of this? Don't you know our nation is being raped from the inside out? The continent is one giant gangbang, and you're making love to a pillow. Don't you see that it's as subversive as feminism? Under the guise of being based and red-pilled, its consequences ultimately are the same: sterility. And without men having children, without having sons, nothing in Europe continues. Why do you think Henry had 6 wives? Don't you know what's sadder than a man frantically memeing women the empty egg box? It's knowing privately among ourselves as women that he is shooting blanks. Meanwhile, his immigrant counterpart is shooting at everything and anything that moves, rapidly outbreeding him in his own domain. And his response is what? Oh, look at the cat lady. Don't you understand? You're the cat lady. Your life is hentai. At least women with OnlyFans are still somewhat engaged in the realm of male and female intercourse. Slaggy as they are, they're still trying to appeal to flesh and blood humans, to male desire. Again, as slaggy as they are. You're appealing to what? Oh, that's your sex life. Cringe. Stop wasting your years on fictional characters who do not love you back. You will never be able to touch this image. Imagine knowing that you could touch real skin, have a real orgasm, produce life with an entity that has a lifeblood and pulse of her own. Someone that's capable of giving you real affection and kindness and showing real love. It is not a good sign that there are large communities of men out there who spend their days investing significant amounts of money in privately commissioned drawings of their fantasy waifu. Some allowances, I guess, can be made for teenagers, but men in their late 30s? There's no excuse. Don't let your years waste away watching this online brain rot. And look, it doesn't matter what I think, but I'm just giving you a heads up. If you want to find a girlfriend, women do not fancy this. It says juvenile, emasculated, immature, fundamentally unserious, and let's face it, harbouring some pretty nefarious sexual kinks. I mean, bloody hell, we haven't even got onto the Nazi stuff yet. That's what this video was initially about. I've only scratched at the surface of this world, but I am already staggered by the entire lifestyle industry that seems to be set up around the sexual idolatry of little girls. What the hell is this? Ew, this is mainstream. Actually, that's the body of a 10,000-year-old wizard dragon. She's a warlock. Cope, that's a little girl's body, and that's what you're masturbating to. None more visual, right? Well, it's her bodily form you're looking at whilst climaxing. It's just a bit of fun. Yeah, but they've made a body pillow in her image and padded out the breasts and added a hole. Ew, losers. No one's snuggling with this thing. Let's face it, this is all about degen pornography. If it was really about enjoying and appreciating cutesy images, then why aren't you filling your timeline with Beatrix Potter? Could it be because they're not bending over, spreading their arse cheeks? Just enter a search on Twitter. Every other image is explicit. You want to fuck these images. Get back on the left, nonce. DOA, you're just being a massive prude. Yes, I am Mary Whitehouse, I am Oswald Spengler, and you will clean up that desktop. Purge, scrub, bleach. You're just being a right-wing SJW. Yeah, bitch, I am a right-wing SJW, and I will crush you. Now get out.
Jigglypuff, 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 Jigglypuff.